Hi, my name is Kelly and I'm addicted to Scream Queens. There, I said it, I admit it. Guys, I love this show so much and every week it doesn't disappoint. This week the open was genius. It was obvious that this was like an appreciation shout out montage to Taylor Swift, or maybe they were kind of making fun of her. I don't know, but I found it hilarious. That was probably my favorite part of this entire show. Thumbs up if you like that part as well. Okay, so Gigi and Grace's dad are trying to convince the police that the dean is the Red Devil and that she is the one who like cut Grace's dad in last week's episode and she was doing all this and she's behind all this. I mean, I'm not buying it because it seems a little bit too obvious, but the police aren't buying it either, so who knows? Maybe the dean is working with the police. Maybe she really is evil. Like, I do think she's evil, but I don't think she's a Red Devil. What do you guys think? So Denise is amazing. This is Niecy Nash's character, the female cop. She just cracks me up like every time, and she is convinced that Zayday is the Red Devil. Now, I don't believe her, but I'm wondering why she's so obsessed with Zayday being the Red Devil. Why do you guys think that? I mean, to me, it's really funny how obsessed she is about it. So I love the scene with Grace and Pete dressed as Kate Hudson and Matthew McConaughey going to visit that sorority sister who's still alive from like 1995. Anyway, if you didn't know, Oliver Hudson, who plays Grace's dad, is actually Kate Hudson's IRL brother, so this was a tribute to him and to her. So it all connects. Everything with this series just all connects. Anyway, so they go talk to this woman and she has been pretty much traumatized by what happened at her sorority house like all those years ago, and she says for sure that the baby was a girl. So do we believe her? I mean, I think that we can definitely believe her, but you know what? She probably shouldn't have talked to them because someone's gonna find out that she talked a little too much and it's just not gonna turn out well for her. Zayday announces that she's running for Kappa House president, and of course Chanel cannot deal with this news at all. Like, she's totally freaking out, totally concerned that Zayday may actually beat her, and Zayday is only a freshman. So she's so disturbed by this that she goes up to her closet and starts sharpening her knife collection, because we all have a knife collection, right? Right. And I don't know, it's kind of a creepy scene, and I'm starting to think that Grace is not the bathtub baby, but that Chanel #1 was adopted and is the bathtub baby. What do you guys think? Post down below and let me know. And I think there's a slight possibility that Chanel #1 may be connected to the Red Devils. I don't know. I still have one main suspect, and I will tell you at the end of this video. So it looks like that 1995 sorority sister, like I told you, said a little too much to Kate Hudson and Matthew McConaughey, aka Grace, and her kind of boyfriend Pete, because the Red Devil visits her and yeah, he stabs her to death. So I'm so sorry, we just met you and now you're dead, but hey, that's the way things go in this show. So Hester is working so hard to basically become Chanel #1. She wants everything that Chanel #1 has, including Mr. Dickie Dollar Scholar himself, Chad Radwell. Let me tell you how much I love this character, Chad Radwell. Well, actually, I hate this character. He's such a jerk and he makes me sick, but I think the actor Glenn Powell is doing such an amazing job, so I totally had to follow him on Instagram because now I'm like obsessed with him. So Grace's dad is showing yet another scary movie in class. This one I believe was Children of the Corn, and he makes a statement which I think will become relevant later on in the series about how it's like your worst nightmare for your child to kill you. Is Grace gonna have to kill her own dad? What is he saying here? And he's saying something about like the mistakes you make as a kid coming back to haunt you. Come on guys, he's definitely involved somehow. But then we get this scene that I wasn't expecting where Grace basically comes up to him saying that she thinks she's the bathtub baby because like her birth certificate was burned in a fire and her mom died in a fire and all of it just doesn't really add up. And she thinks possibly her dad is the killer trying to get some kind of revenge. Now, with them throwing all that out there, it makes me really think that Grace is actually not the bathtub baby, but then maybe she could be, and they're trying to throw us off by throwing all that out there. I want to know what you think. I definitely think Grace's dad is a super shady character, and he's most definitely, in my opinion, involved in some way. He may not be the main Red Devil, but let's be real here, he's got to be involved. The best line of the whole show was when she was freaking out, and he's like, are you on bath salts? Like, as serious as he could be. Freaking hilarious. So, the house that Zayday wants for the haunted house, it actually has a backstory, and it might really be haunted because there was this crazy lady who lived there. This is the house on Shady Lane. They called her the hag on Shady Lane because she used to cry out for like her children. I think she was stealing like baby toys and milk, and maybe, just maybe, she has a connection to that bathtub baby. So, the funny thing is Denise wanted to be a Kappa back in the day, and they were pretty freaking rude to her because she showed up at the parties and she wanted to be a pledge, and they were telling her to go to the African sororities, and she was like, no, but I feel like a Kappa. So now this gives her kind of a motive because she was rejected and she had to go drop out of school and go to community college. But I don't know, is that too obvious? I feel like it is, but it does kind of give her a motive to want some revenge because they wouldn't even let her be part of their sorority. The lunchroom scene was everything to me. I absolutely, totally, 100% loved it. I loved their lunch of cotton balls dipped in sauce. Too funny. I loved it. And the fashion in this episode was so amazing. I just loved like all their outfits. Like I want all of the Chanel's outfits. They were just so pretty. So Chad and Hester end up going to Zayday's haunted house, and they figure out that it's really scary there because all of the dead bodies are there. How gross was this scene when Hester put her finger through Mrs. Bean's leg? I mean, I can't even watch that again. That was just disgusting. So they go back and they tell everyone, like, guys, there are dead bodies at this haunted house, like real dead bodies, and you don't want to go there. And everyone was like, yes, we totally want to go there. Yes, dead bodies. Okay, that was so stupid. So Zayday's there. She's trying to call the police. They are no help. And she comes face to face with Red Devil. Now, here's where things get interesting because Red Devil doesn't kill her. Red Devil kidnaps her. What do you guys think is going on? Is she involved? Do they want her to be involved? Why wasn't she killed like everyone else? That is a big mystery, and we need to try to figure that out. Chanel #1 doesn't even want to go looking for her because she's so jealous that she might win president. So she hopes, I guess, that she is dead. So at the very end, this is what I want to talk about here. We see that this person in the story, the hag on Shady Lane, is Gigi. So what I'm thinking they're telling us here is that Gigi is the person who raised the bathtub baby, maybe just for a little while. So the bathtub baby most likely is a character in this show and they don't recognize Gigi. But it was obviously so traumatic for her that she's stuck in the 90s and she still wears 90s clothing. So what kind of message did you get from that ending? Let's talk about my main suspect, which is still Grace, because so far she's still the only person who doesn't look shady at all and who no one has suspected or said outright that she could possibly be a Red Devil. She's still my main suspect. I also think her dad's definitely involved. I'm also thinking now that Chanel #1 is somehow involved and possibly Bathtub Baby, and that Gigi is involved. And it may be a villain, but may not be. But I want to hear who your top suspects are and why, and what you thought about this week's episode. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. I'm covering all of the episodes of Scream Queens, plus every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern right here on my channel. There's a live Scream Queens chat. We just had a blast doing it this week. If you didn't make it, I hope to see you next week. So thank you so much for watching this episode of Kellie TV. I'll see you next time.